Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the continuation of our WCW Saturday Night Series. This is the 20th of July, 1991 edition. They open with a highlight package of El Gigante trying to cut the hair of Kevin Sullivan. Not a bad deal. Also, this is about a week removed from the win of Lex Luger for the WCW Championship. We open with a tag team match here with none other than a challenge, basically. The Freebirds and the Enforcers, Anderson and Zabisco. Freebirds, of course, Big Daddy Dink managing the tandem of Michael P.S. Hayes and Jimmy Garvin. They will eventually do battle for a good bit of time, not just one time, in the run here. Of course, Anderson is still trying to look for something to do post the Horsemen, and they eventually do end up doing battle here on this particular day. There is a good run. Obviously, Ric Flair having just left the promotion a little while before. Obviously, a good deal for him going to the WWF, but not exactly a good deal for anything there. Also, this is the Freebirds against none other than Z-Man, Tom Zink, and Robert Gibson. The talk of the Freebirds and the Enforcers does end up coming. That promo segment, though, from a previous, edition, and that challenge is there. Kind of stretching out 10 minutes into the program before anything really has happened, and lots of walk and talk, lots of basic stuff. Jimmy Garvin comes in, and Robert Gibson comes over, does, the basic hit down on the Freebirds. Freebirds still kind of heels, although they have transformed by later in the month or certainly by the end of summer into baby faces at the time, and kind of seeing where that goes there. The match is relatively slow with back and forth. Takedowns by Garvin wearing down the Z-Man, Tom Zink, getting a good bit of run there. Gibson and Hayes on the outside, brawling for a little bit there, trying to stretch the match out. You can see a lot of extra just input here, and they end up getting to about 20 minutes into the show before the end of this contest. Again, the haircutting of Kevin Sullivan by El Gigante, who at the time is a babyface, former pro basketball player for the Atlanta Hawks. Doesn't work out, blows out his knees, and becomes a wrestler. Don't know where from wrestler or from basketball player to wrestler seems like a good idea. Freebirds do eventually, though, get the win. Highlights of the cage match between Barry Windham and Lex Luger. Luger basically hyping that he is now your WCW champion in a press conference post-match. Basically, this is where the heel turn happens. They were pretty insistent about him being a pretty strong babyface for a long time in the interim, but that doesn't go very well. We do get Ron Simmons coming up here. Simmons is about to go into a pretty elongated program with Lex Luger, although that was, I don't think, the original plan. Might have been, but I don't think so, as it seems that they had to shift around when Flair left pretty abruptly. Simmons grinds a wrist lock, basic maneuvers there, not getting everything he wants here, but managing to get a couple of shots along the way, and ultimately managing to hit a spine buster, getting a victory there. Then we go to Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, the Enforcers, the tag team that's going to become a major force by Halloween Havoc or so, but they are out here in a enhancement style match, and the idea there is to get them over as major heels. I don't know that the idea for the Dangerous Alliance has even been born yet, but odd that they would end up Alliance members in the weeks and months to come. Larry Zbyszko gets a couple of hard shots, also some backbreakers along the way. Zbyszko in complete control during the slower portions of the match. Zbyszko also drives his man back pretty consistently, and a spine buster and a win for Arn Anderson. Then we see Barry Windham basically saying he wants rematches with Lex Luger. Luger has not, in his mind, earned the championship, as it were. Of course, that match happening about a week before, a little bit less, at the Great American Bash previous runs. There is an enhancement match here. Barry Windham out, and he nails his adversary with a DDT. The enhancement talent, though, not doing a whole abundance of selling, as it were. And Windham, well, not getting everything he wants there by any stretch of the imagination either. Windham ducks through, does get the lariat. Obviously not the Barry Windham of 1987 by any stretch of the imagination. 91 had not been kind to Barry Windham. I don't know that he was in a bad space, really, just kind of lost an enhancement match here for the one-man gang managed by Kevin Sullivan. Gang tuning up on the enhancement talent pretty aggressively, hits the 747 splash, also managing to cut some of the hair off of the enhancement talent, hyping the match with El Gigante coming up, and after winning with the splash, the extra hair cutting just an added insult to injury. Gordon solely cutting a event center style promo, hyping the upcoming Omni shows. Omni basically their Madison Square Garden in WCW at the time, and again, continuation of the haircutting even post the run there. El Gigante coming out as seen and managing to go after Kevin Sullivan for his involvement in the unnecessary haircutting of the enhancement talent. Larry Sano up next, facing off against Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad does an inset promo talking about being the prettiest man in WCW, which I guess he kind of sort of is. Anyway, so punch kick, very basic things. Larry Santo does a sunset flip, and honestly, Johnny B. Bad looking pretty good. Gets a front face lock and a couple of shots up and underneath. Hard shot by the nature of that, and then we see the drop kick under the chin followed by the knockout punch. Johnny B. Bad pretty victorious. Nikita Koloff in there. They're still continuing the wars with Sting, as it were. Koloff facing off against a couple of people here and hits the Russian sickle. Koloff in complete control. Sting basically saying he wants to get back at Koloff and in upcoming matches. Also, then we go to a very short match with Steve Austin. Steve Austin in an enhancement match here as your television champion, doing the ponytail, rocking the ponytail thing. And Lady Blossom still with him. There is a confrontation between Johnny B. Bad and Lady Blossom, basically teasing that the two of them would be going at Austin and Bad going at it at some point, although that feud maybe has a house show run to it a little bit, but nothing really major. Then we see Steve Austin, who is in the ring, getting the backdrop, the stun gun, and ultimately a win. Johnny B. Bad trying to show off for Lady Blossom, and the tease is there. We will close after this, and we'll be back with more right after this.